To the main story today, the Black Stars will face Egypt again. They'll face Uganda again. And these two teams are already the two teams Ghana is facing in the World Cup qualifiers. But this time, they'll be facing them in the African Cup 2017. So it's Egypt, Uganda, and Mali. The draw was done just about an hour ago in Libreville, and it was a fantastic draw indeed. Let's look at the entire draw in its entirety, and then we go to Libreville to get the reaction to what's going on. So the entire draw looks like this. In Group A, we have Gabon, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, and Guinea-Bissau. And that group will be based in the capital of Gabon, that's Libreville. In Group B, Franceville, there's Algeria, Tunisia, Senegal, and Zimbabwe. In Group C, in the city of Oyem, is Cote d'Ivoire, DR Congo, Morocco, and Togo. Group D has Ghana, Mali, Egypt, and Uganda, and will be based in Port Gentil. Let's go over to Libreville, the capital of Gabon, to speak to Thomas Kwenaite, who was there at the ceremony. Thank you very much for joining us, Thomas.
It's my pleasure, Gary, and to your viewers as well.
Good, good, good. The ceremony, we saw it on television. Really, what were the reactions to the groups?
Look, I spoke to a lot of coaches, and for your information, I've just spoken to Abdul Razak, the legendary Ghanaian, and he told me that at this level, you definitely cannot help. You just can't say, I want to avoid so and so. You've got to be strong enough to face whoever is throwing at you. And he was actually telling me that Ghana and Uganda seem to be Siamese twins because they played in the AFCON, they also played in the World Cup qualifiers, and now they've been grouped together again in this tournament. So yeah, it's one of those groups where I think anything goes. Then, of course, we know the rivalry that is developing between Ghana and Egypt, and they've been thrown again together in Group D. So I think it's going to be a very, very interesting group.
It's going to be an interesting group as well, Thomas.
In Port Gentil.
What about the other groups, A, B, C as well? What are your thoughts on those? I mean, and if we can see them on the screens again, so many subplots, particularly in Group C, we have Hervé Renard, who led the Ivory Coast to beat Ghana in the last Africa Cup of Nations, now the coach of Morocco, and the two teams will be facing off again.
Yes, I spoke to him after the draw, and he said, listen, naturally he would like to win a third African Cup of Nations tournament with a third country, but he's well aware that it's not going to be easy. Ivory Coast are the defending champions, and one cannot really take away the fact that the RD Congo has really come up in leaps and bounds in recent years. We've seen them winning the 10 tournament. We've also seen AS Vita in the African Champions League eliminating Mamelodi Sundowns, but unfortunately being kicked out because of an ineligible player. But having said that, we saw them also qualifying for the group stages of the World Cup where they hammered Libya 4-0. So RD Congo are not an easy team to deal with. And Morocco, of course, we know they are a powerhouse of North African football. And Togo, I think Adebayo would be playing his last tournament for them, and he would like to go out with a bang. So that group as well, I think, is going to be very, very difficult.
Fantastic. Thomas Kwenaite, thank you very much for all your updates today, for being our man on the ground in Libreville. And have a happy time there until you get back to South Africa. So Thomas Kwenaite works for SuperSport, and he was updating us on it. And, well, we've been putting up reactions on Twitter and finding out what you think out there. Now, we put this out there and asked, how far will Ghana go after the draw you've seen, after drawing Egypt, Uganda, and Mali? Well, you see for yourself, 45% of you think that Ghana will be knocked out at the group stage. 28% of you feel that Ghana will finally win the African Cup of Nations. 12% of you feel that there'll be a quarter-final exit for the Black Stars, which will be a familiar story, considering that Ghana has gone to at least in the quarterfinals since 2008 in almost every AFCON, and 15% of you feel that there will be another semi-final exit for the Black Stars. So we are still looking for more reactions coming up there. And if you go onto our Twitter at JoySportsGH, you can let us know what you think, and also on our Facebook page as well. It's all in the AFCON draw. Right. It's not just the AFCON draw that's taking our fancy. There's the small matter of the UEFA Champions League. Barcelona, Man City, game of the round really, and Barca are in imperious form, particularly the man called Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi has scored a hat-trick. Neymar has also added one, and Pep Guardiola's return to the place he used to call home is not going according to plan at all. Messi got 3 goals, Neymar got 1. In the other games in the Champions League, this is the way it's looking. Arsenal are winning by 6 goals to 0, and it's full time. 6 goals to 0. Paris Saint-Germain winning by 3 goals to 0. So Group A pretty much decided now, and emphatically by the English and the French side. In Group B, in the Champions League as well, there's Dinamo Kiev, who are losing to Portuguese giants Benfica, and Napoli are also in their game currently losing and have lost against Besiktas 3 goals to 2. That was a fantastic one. Barca, as we know, 4-0. And in that group, Mönchengladbach have beaten Celtic by 2 goals to 0. In Group D, Bayern Munich have accounted for PSV Eindhoven 4-1, ensuring pretty much that they will go through to the next round. And Atletico Madrid will also follow definitely in Group D with a 1-0 win against FC Rostov. So that's it for the sport. Hey, if you want more reactions to the AFCON draw, head over to the sports page of myjoyonline.com. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be hearing from more people around the continent and on social media. You know how to get us. At Joy Twitter, Joy Sports on Facebook, and let's keep the conversation going. From all of us here on the sports team, though, we are going to be working through the night to give you more. I'm Gary Al Smith later.